Hey guys, it's Steve from the Fat Life Project. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kind of exciting because I'm going to be heading to a city and indeed country that I have yet to have covered on this channel. I'm going to be heading to Vietnam, and no, it's not Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh. My friends, today I'm going to be heading to the Khanh Hoa region of Vietnam. It is a stunning coastal paradise renowned as one of the country's premier beach destinations. And so yes, you can obviously expect stunning beaches and some of the best seafoods, but in this video, I'm going to show you some things that you didn't even know you could do in Vietnam. I'm going to cover things such as what you need to know before and when you arrive, where to stay, how to get around, and obviously the best things to see, eat, try, and do. I hope that you're as excited as I am, and without further ado, let's go! And while I'm here waiting for my flight, let's talk about some things that you need to know before going to Vietnam, starting off with visa requirements. Vietnam offers a 90-day multiple entry visa to visitors from all countries and territories, and you can apply for it quite easily online at this website. The visa cost me about 37 Aussie dollars or around 26 US dollars for my US followers. The application is fairly straightforward, so I won't walk you through that, but once you've submitted, they'll send you an email telling you that it'll be processed within 3 working days. So word to the wise, don't wait to the last minute to apply for the visa. In fact, I would recommend doing it at least a week before your scheduled trip. Make sure that you also print out your e-visa approval letter, which looks a little something like this, because you'll need to present it together with your passport to enter Vietnam. And by the way, this should go without saying, but your passport needs to have at least 6 months validity on it. Second is money. Vietnam is definitely still a very cash-heavy society, and so yes, you will need to have some cash, but I do not recommend exchanging it at the money exchanges as the rates are usually pretty crap. Instead, what I usually do whenever I travel to a new country is that I will load up my Wise bank account and withdraw the local currency I need at the ATM machines located at the arrival halls, as I without a doubt would get the best available exchange rates. This next one's not essential, but anybody who's been to Vietnam before can attest to the long immigration queues that look a little bit something like this. These queues can commonly take you up to 2 to 3 hours to clear and can be a little bit of a nightmare. You'll be landing at the Cam Ranh International Airport, and so if you wish to skip queues, I would recommend pre-purchasing a fast-track service. It does exactly what you think it does, which is it will allow you to skip through all of that and clear immigration within minutes. And considering that the fast-track service costs about 11 US dollars, I think it's well worth paying for. But while the fast track is not essential, getting mobile data and staying connected is, as you will in the very minimum need to use Google Maps and Translate. I've looked at and compared most of the major eSIM deals out there and believe that the best deal going is the one that's offered by Olafly, that offers an eSIM with unlimited data from just $35.40, valid for 6 days. If, however, you're in the minority where your phone is not eSIM compatible or locked to a network provider, you will need to pick up a SIM card or a wireless hotspot at the airport arrivals. And just like that, we have touched down at the Cam Ranh International Airport. I'm now heading to clear immigration and collect my luggage, after which we're gonna head from the Cam Ranh Airport into Nha Trang, one of the major cities in the Khanh Hoa region and our first stop. Oh, and the locals have, by the way, taught me several different ways to pronounce this place. Some say Nha Trang, some say Nha Giang, some say Nha Giang. And so when I start calling this place several different things throughout this video, it's the same city, okay? It's just that I still do not know what the correct pronunciation is. If you do, drop me a comment in the comment section. Let's now talk about how to get from the airport into Nha Trang City, for there are several options. You can of course catch the bus. That indeed is the fastest way. However, if you want to avoid hassle, I would recommend getting a private transfer. The other reason why I like private transfers as well is that way your prices are fixed, but you can also do that by simply booking your ride via Grape. I am actually not solo traveling this trip, and so I booked a private transfer with a couple of friends. So I've just checked into my hotel for the night. This is the Sheraton Nha Trang that's perched right along the golden stretch of the Thuan beach, offering these stunning ocean views from both the living room and the master bedroom. There's also plenty of awesome facilities in this hotel, from an infinity pool, sky-high bar. The beach views also mean that this location is superb, as you're literally seconds away from the beach. I mean, is this view just not absolutely insane? Yes. After lunch, it was time to check out our first spot. Wow, you guys, this looks amazing. We're here at the Ponagar Cham Towers, an iconic ancient complex perched on a small hill that overlooks the Chai River in Nha Trang that dates back to the 7th to 13th century, during the heights of the Champa Kingdom. It is dedicated to the goddess Ponagar, who's also known as the mother of the country. The building, as you can see, features red brick towers, towering pyramidal roofs, intricate carvings of mythical figures, lions and deities, and a majestic 28-meter-high main north tower with a vaulted interior. This is, by the way, still an active place of worship for the Cham, Vietnamese, and Chinese communities. So dress modestly to enter. Entry tickets are also cheap. They cost around 30,000 Vietnamese dong. It is completely worth it because, man, this is unreal to see up close. They have bun xiao. I love it. It's nighttime now and I am here for dinner at a place called Nha Trang Sua, which translates in Vietnamese to Old Nha Trang. It is a huge outdoor village with multiple stalls, section, laneways, roads, showcasing some of the best culinary and cultural aspects of Vietnam. Centered to the entire village is the Legend of Lights show, an epic outdoor performance that brings the soul of Old Nha Trang to life through a breathtaking blend of storytelling, music, and visual spectacle set against a stunning open-air backdrop. Hello. Delicious.
Xuân là một màn trình diễn quý cô bác sẽ không thể bỏ qua.
I'm just so full from all the food, but it's time to head back now to the hotel. I've had a long day and we have another exciting but long day ahead tomorrow. Psych, I decided to go to a night market before bedtime because no visit to any Asian country is complete until you've been to a night market. So here we are at Nha Giang's biggest night market. Come with me, let's go check it out. The Nha Trang night market comes to life after sunset right near the Trang Pu beach. You will find stalls lining the walkways selling everything from grilled seafood to sweet Vietnamese desserts to souvenirs, beachwear, and handmade trinkets at bargain prices. I personally love Asian night markets for the organized chaos of it all. You wander around without a plan, snack on cheap local food, people watch, and generally just soak up the energy of both the locals and travelers. And if you want to experience life like a local here in Nha Trang, one of the first things you have to do when you wake up is to go to the beach. It is barely touching 6 a.m. here as I'm filming this, and the beach is absolutely full of people working out against the stunning backdrop of the ocean. It is now 7 a.m. and I'm prepping for a long day ahead, which is going to involve a visit to Vinpearl, one of the premier beach destinations here in Nha Trang. But before we do that, we're going to fill up with some breakfast. So come with me to check out the breakfast buffet at the Sheraton. And you guys, the buffet here literally has everything. I even found Vietnamese coffee. Alright, so what is Vinpearl, I hear you ask? It is a massive island resort and entertainment complex that feels like a playground contained within a huge island all by itself. You will reach there via a scenic cable ride over the ocean, and on this island you will find one of the largest entertainment parks in Asia, containing roller coasters, immersive 3D shows, musical performances, zip lines, and many more things to do. The park alone honestly would take you an entire day to do, and that's barely scratching the surface of what's available on this island that is also home to an aquarium, zoo, and massive water park. It really has something for everybody. If you're a nature chaser, for example, it is also home to stunning beaches. Tennis courts and running parks are available for fitness enthusiasts, and spas for those after a relaxing vacation, not to mention a huge variety of restaurants for the foodies. Speaking of vacation, Vinpearl is also home to the Marriott Nha Trang, where you can get rooms from just 156 Aussie dollars to 200 Aussie dollars per night for 2 adults. Yeah, you heard that right. And you guys are not ready for this. We stayed in a 3-bedroom villa and I'm just gonna let the footage speak for itself. You guys are not ready. Look at this.
It's good. Well, that's cute, no?
We're not a party. Whoa! A very good morning from Vinpearl. It is now 6 a.m. and I am right here in front of a villa from the Marriott resort. I know that I've shown you some amazing things so far, but this is the day that I've been looking forward to the most. Today, we're going to be heading to the Vineyard area of the Khanh Hoa region. It is a quiet coastal area known for its unspoilt natural beauty and peaceful rural atmosphere. And amongst some of the most unexpected things that we're going to be doing today in the Vineyard province is sandboarding and sand dunes. I am so excited. I cannot wait. So let's go. And good day start with a good breakfast. That's exactly what I'm here to do at the Marriott breakfast buffet. Yeah, it looks really good. Hey guys, Editing Steve here. I apologize for interrupting the video, but I realized that we need to talk about the logistics of how you're going to be getting to all the places that I've been talking about and will be talking about in this video. So far, we've talked about the private transfer from the Cam Ranh International Airport into Nha Trang, and that you can catch a cable car from Nha Trang into Vinpearl Island. But the Vinay region that we're heading to today is about 2 to 3 hours away from Nha Trang, and thus making public transport and Grape impossible. But it is definitely worth checking out, so I'm going to give you two options. The first option is what we did, which is that we hired a private tour guide who took us to Vinay for an overnight trip and back. However, if you prefer exploring by yourself, I would recommend renting a private car. I'm going to place links to both options in my description box. We're at the halfway point towards the Vinay province. It's located about a 2 to 3 hours drive south, which works out to be about 100 to 120 kilometers. And guys, this area has some of the most stunning coastal views. Let me just pan the camera around so you get to see it. The path that you'll be taking to head towards Vinay is known as the Vinay Pass, which is known as one of the most breathtaking coastal drives in Vietnam. It winds along the rugged cliffs between the Ninh Thuan and Khanh Hoa provinces as we head towards the Vinay Bay, all the while giving you prime views of the central Vietnam coastline. It is absolutely stunning. And we're now on the way to one of the many fishermen villages here in Vinay. It's a true representation of the coastal community in this area of the Khanh Hoa region, comprising these stilt houses, colorful wooden boats, some floating rafts amongst some of the most stunning turquoise waters. You can wander around the narrow parts, chat with welcoming fishermen, buy some ultra fresh and delicious seafood straight from the source, and also obviously soak in some of the most serene, unspoiled, rural Vietnamese life. After exploring the fisherman village, I'm here now at Resort Vineyard to have lunch. I of course expected the lunch to heavily feature seafood, but what I did not expect was how much this meal reminded me of the home-cooked meals that my mother or grandmother makes. Looks simple, but it was absolutely brilliant. The Vinay region, by the way, will also put you in close proximity to some of the most stunning caves and coral spots in Vietnam. Caves like the Rai Cave that we're here at right now. Rai Cave translates to Otter Cave, and it's also dubbed as the Mars on Earth here in Vietnam. And you're about to see why, as it comprises of structures that have been formed over millions of years thanks to the waves beating against the rocks. But this next location that we're in was a bit of a surprise to me because a vineyard was one of the last things I was expecting to see here in Vietnam. But yet here we are at exactly that. And when you come to know the weather climate here in Hanoi, it makes sense that it's also a producer of grapes. The vineyards in fact thrive thanks to the combination of unique sunny low rainfall climate and is thus known as Vietnam's grape capital. Visitors like you and I are free to roam around the vineyard and perhaps even sample a wine or two. The more you know.
That's the original.
And this day is full of surprises because our next stop is here at a salt farm because unsurprisingly, due to its sunny, low rainfall climate, Hanoi is also where a lot of salt fields are. This is one of Vietnam's prime salt producing regions.
What's that? Sweet, right?
Delicious!
Hey, delicious.
I have to confess though that this next spot was by far, by at least a mile, the place in Khanh Hoa that I was looking forward to visiting the most. This is the Nam Chung Sand Dunes, a mini Sahara located right here in the Ninh Thuan province, sprawling over nearly 700 hectares of soft, fine, white to golden sand. The ever-shifting dunes can rise up to 20 to 30 meters, producing high changing hues. And the one thing that you absolutely have to do while you're here is to ride one of these jeeps. So let's go check it out. So they had to ask me 4 times before I said yes to this sandboarding experience, because honestly the slope looked pretty steep. But you know, this is the year of saying yes to trying new things, so here we go.
Okay, I got it. Whoa!
Oh my god, you guys, that was unreal. Okay, I'm gonna be absolutely honest and say that I was freaking exhausted by day 4, but I knew I had to get up at 5 a.m. to see this sunrise. Besides, it is what all the locals are doing. What you're gonna find is that working out along the beach in the morning is a huge part of the local culture here in this part of Vietnam.
It's the boss for us.
And after 4 days of actively exploring the Khanh Hoa region, I think we've earned ourselves a little relaxation time, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. And I'm honestly a bit apprehensive about this mud bath business, but we are here to experience new things, people, so let's do it.
Okay. Okay. Woo! Okay, open it then. Then the video.
Make sure you close your mouth when you're doing it, you guys. I honestly initially thought there was just going to be a mud bath and a spa here, but this park is so much more than that. There are restaurants, shopping areas, you can get massages, spa treatments, and much, much more. Tickets to the park will cost you just around 10 Aussie dollars, and each of the treatments will cost you about 20 Aussie dollars. Pretty darn reasonable, if you ask me.
Okay. Nghe bảo đâu là
No visit to any Asian country, of course, is complete until you've checked out some of the nightlife. And Vietnam is of no exception, even though we're here in Khanh Hoa. Today, I'm going to take you to one of the best rooftop bars in Nha Trang. Let's go. So the Skylight bar is perched high above Nha Trang's coastline, boasting 360-degree views that stretch from the city lights to the shimmering East Vietnam Sea. It is one of the city's liveliest rooftop party spots, featuring a restaurant, dance floors, DJs, and more. Best of all, the drinks here are cheap. Honestly, this was the best way to end my last full day here at Nha Trang. A very good morning from Nha Trang, which you can never say you've visited until you've been to a morning market or two. So here we are at the Som Moi market, which I think roughly translates to new early market. Let me show you around. You will see Vietnam's morning market culture on full display here, with everything from fresh seafood literally jumping in buckets, tropical fruits, flowers, veggies.
Chào mừng đến chợ Sớm Mới.
And one of the things that you want to do while you're here at the morning market is to obviously grab some Vietnamese breakfast. Don't forget to pair that with some Vietnamese coffee as well. Sadly, it is now time to head to the airport as my trip comes to an end. I'm now physically back in Sydney, but mentally, I think I'm still there. I mean, I did my research, I knew what was coming, but I was still blown away by everything that this region has to offer. From the sceneries, to the food, to the people. I mean, how have I gone all my life only knowing about Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh? One part of me hopes that this video is going to make more people want to go there, but another part of me honestly wants to keep it a little secret. You know what I mean. Anyways, I do hope you found value in today's video, and if you have, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the good things that you know are going to appease those holy YouTube algorithm gods, but much more importantly, would just make my day as a content creator. Specifically, if you do have any questions or feedback, drop me a comment in the comment section. I love hearing from people who take the time to watch my videos. As always, I do hope that you have a fantastic day ahead, or that you've already had a good day. I'm going to see you real soon in the next video. Ciao!
Hai, hai,
Yeah!